For years, I've been saying the left needs to organize independent media in the way that the right has been doing. The left needs to fund independent creators the way that the right does. The right.
So in this clip, we're going to watch David Pakman lose his mind. We are using the Black Conservative Perspectives clip, though, because there's some audience responses to him losing his mind, because people aren't watching, too much of this type of like Democratic footage, videos anymore. They're losing their influence a little bit. They've lost it a lot. What am I saying? They've lost a lot of influence, and David Pakman is losing his mind over it. But the crazy thing is that sometimes people on the right lose their mind over the same thing. But anyway, in this clip, we're going to watch David Pakman unravel as his audience actually does turn on him, and they are seeing that their kingdom is collapsing. Let's get into it.
Right has won even arguably presidential elections because they're organized with regard to online and independent media. They're killing us. We've been so behind. And this kind of support for creators is exactly what I've been advocating for.
I need to take a minute and debunk some important misinformation.
Bro, we have your literal text messages. I know Brian Tyler Cohen told you nobody would find out about this, but we did. You've been exposed as being paid to make all your content. In case you're unaware, we now have the proof that all these liberal content creators were being paid $8,000 a month by a group founded by Brian Tyler Cohen. And the way they were paying them, they were just paying them a monthly salary of about $8,000. This way, they weren't paying them for specific pieces of content. Therefore, they didn't have to disclose they were paid to make it. Hey guys, all your favorite liberal creators, they're all part of this group. They're all getting paid. Fucking Barrett Adair, Suzanne Lambert, Ariel Fodor, Sander Jennings, David Pakman, Lee McGowan, that girl you see on MSNBC known as Politics Girl, Olivia Juliana. Pretty sure you all knew that one, right? Oh, and Aaron Parnas, who, like I said, we literally have his text messages telling other creators this is a take it or leave it offer, and he's not interested in pushing for more money. All of this was funded by the 1630 Fund, and it was run by Democrat influencer Brian Tyler Cohen.
Wow. So you know what's funny about this is that Brian Tyler Cohen is somebody who, to me, I know he didn't just pop up on the scene, but he's definitely somebody who I had questions about once I started like clipping and everything. And one day I just looked up, and then this guy was literally everywhere. I know that he didn't actually just pop up on a scene, but I was saying to myself, I was like, I think he's boosted. And the thing is, with him being boosted, when I would put his name, in a title, people would actually it would feel like that episode was being boosted as well. Don't quote me, I'm just saying this is kind of anecdotal what I'm finding out, but wow, my mouth actually literally just dropped hearing this information. That's why we're using his clip, because we're using Black Conservative Perspectives clip, because these people are really getting into this.
You know that girl Elizabeth Booker Houston who called out Madeline when she tried to point this out like 8 months ago? Yes, surprise, surprise, she's also being paid. But we told you this. We told you that all of these people don't actually believe what they're saying. They're just being paid to make this content. And here's the thing. This should be the end of all their social media careers. They've been exposed.
Blue MAGA is real. Now that it's been discovered that the Democratic Party has been paying liberal content creators to push their centrist agenda, take the words of liberals online with a grain of salt. We just found one of these groups paying these people. There could be more. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I always had the suspicion that some people were being paid, but these past couple months were too obvious.
His lips are getting on my nerves. Sorry. I'm sorry. I know that's mean. I know. It's just like, bro, just kind of put a little. I know somebody could say something about me. I know. All right. Okay. Let's just get back to it.
The Gavin Newsom discourse. We don't have time for progress in your purity politics, lefties. You must now pledge your allegiance to Emperor Gavin Newsom 3 years before the Democratic primary of 2028.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we got to talk about a fascinating story, because leftists are outraged. They are outraged at Democrat Party influencers because of this bombshell article that came out from Wired by Taylor Lorenz, who is a leftist, right? So again, we're talking about left-wing on left-wing violence here, right? It's Democrat Party friendly fire. but she dropped a bombshell article exposing a dark money group secretly funding high-profile Democrat influencers, aka they're collecting a check, allegedly up to $8,000 a month, $8,000 a month to push the party line, aka to push propaganda on behalf of the Democrat Party. And all they have to do is keep it secret and agree to restrictions on their content, aka agree not to substantively criticize the Democrat Party, right? And to push that party line, right? To push anti-Trump talking points. And you can receive an $8,000 check. Now, I want to read about this so that you guys can get a better understanding of what's going on here, because leftists are upset. They are pissed because they found out that their favorite independent media news personality is actually a paid propagandist on behalf of the DNC, okay? And this is a big deal because of the current civil war happening within the Democrat Party, okay? Mainly over the issue of Israel and Gaza, which is the Achilles heel of the Democrat Party right now, and that's basically what this is an extension of, okay?
See, I know, guys. But the thing is that we have this problem on the right, too, right? Like, we do. And I know that people listening to what I'm saying, I understand the audience that I'm talking to, right? But just stick with me, okay? We have this problem because there are people who just push Trump good all the time. And then you'll see those same people in the White House. Everybody's doing the same thing. Like, let's not act like, I'm not going to live in this world where I pretend that right wingers are the better, the good people. And, it's just the left is so bad. I used to live in that world. And then I realized after a while, like, oh, shoot, a lot of people are paid propagandists. Now, I don't think that there's necessarily a right-wing group that's paying people in the right wing to only talk about good things about, this current administration. But I could tell you that a lot of people, you won't hear any kind of pushback to anything that Trump is doing. And I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. The fact is, I feel some type of way about the federal, government sending in troops to cities and states, and I'm not with that. I'm sorry. Excuse me for being that American who doesn't trust the government. I'm sorry that I'm just that kind of American, right? The American that we're supposed to be honest, right? And you'll never hear any of these people say this. And then the other thing that George is trying to pretend is not true is that the right is having the same kind of civil war too. There is a group on the right, and it is with, the situation in Gaza. Yes, it sparked it. That's where the fissure started. Don't act like there's not this one side that's like Benny Johnson, Steven Crowder, I'm sure George himself, right, who are over here. And then there's this other side with Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and now I can't think of anybody. and then there's another side with Nick Fuentes, right? These are all right wingers. They would not call themselves left wingers at all. And we're having this thing where, do people care about just being MAGA, or do they care about being America first?
What this is really all about. And again, I want to talk about it so everybody understands the current civil war that is causing problems within the Democrat Party. And I think this story is just another part of that. So let's go ahead and get into it. A secretive dark money group tied to the Democrat Party is paying online influencers up to $8,000 a month to disseminate left-leaning talking points, according to a report. The Chorus Creator Incubator Program is said to be funded by the 1630 Fund, a nonprofit sometimes portrayed as the left's answer to the Koch network, and which has funneled money to dozens of Democratic-friendly influencers, according to Wired magazine. The names attached to the program span some of the most recognizable liberal voices online. They include Olivia Giuliana, the Gen Z activist who spoke at the 2024 Democratic National Convention, Lauren Pietra, a former Playboy executive turned Occupy Democrats YouTuber, and Barrett Adair, the content creator who runs a viral American Girl doll theme meme account. Yeah, so you have Olivia Giuliana, who apparently is the answer for Democrats when it comes to reaching men, right? Apparently she's the answer. They're paying her ass $8,000 a month. I'm sure she bought a lot of snacks, right? $8,000 a month. You can buy a lot of snacks for $8,000 a month, right? The program also includes Susan Lambert, who styles herself as a Regina George liberal, Ariel Fonder, a teacher with 1.4 million TikTok followers, Sandra Jennings, the TLC reality star and older brother of trans influencer Jazz Jennings, and David Pakman, host of a YouTube show. Yeah, so David Pakman, who is supposed to be quote unquote independent, right? An independent commentator, apparently is getting paid by this program, okay? And
now, so the thing is, like, look, okay, again, the reason why I have to, like, I'm sorry, I do believe that a lot of the same thing is happening on the right. When you say independent, listen, people have to make their money, okay? And on both sides, again, I find that we are going to have people who are just doing what they need to do to get by and are opportunists, okay? So I'm not going to sit here and just act like it's just the Democrats. A little bit of it I was shocked because, you know, this is Brian Tyler Cohen's thing or whatever, but I mean, like, to be honest, it's not even effective, though, when you think about it, because nobody's talking. What are Democrats really doing? They're not doing anything. They're just going along with everything. I mean, I don't even see, like, what is Jasmine Crockett, these kind of people, what have they been up to? I don't know what they've been up to. Have they been doing anything worth even talking about? You know, the Democrats have definitely lost their luster, and no group, no matter how funded these people are, is going to change that. But it is kind of funny to see, you know, some of the, I guess the reactions, you know, the audience, they're not happy. Their audience is not happy. So people are waking up to these fake influencers. And I'll tell you, they're waking up both on the left and the right. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.